Hi there, this is Ronnie, Amber's Night, coming at you with a video. Usually I do role-playing game videos. This isn't one of them. This is more of my social conscience. And this is a case of good news, bad news on gay rights. Good news. Minnesota became the 12th state in America to legalize same-sex marriage. This is very good news. It's the start of forward momentum, and I hope it keeps coming. The slight cloud in that is the fact that those couples are still going to fall victim to DOMA, which means that many of the rights that we as straight people take for granted when we get married won't be extended to gay couples, unless it's actually in the legislature to do so. But even then, I think DOMA trumps it. But hopefully this will move forward with the Supreme Court ruling due on Proposition 8 and DOMA. I hope that Proposition 8 is kicked out, that the California State Court's decision to overturn Prop 8 is upheld by the federal court. And I hope DOMA gets kicked as well, because it is unconstitutional. So that's the good news, with a slight cloud, but you know, overall good news, positive, brilliant. Then there's the bad news. This absurd case that's come to the attention today from the Isle of Man, where a lesbian couple were refused a tenancy agreement for a flat that they wanted to rent. The reason? Because they're lesbians. Now that's just disgusting. What's worse is the fact that where the Isle of Man stands at the moment, legally, this couple have no recourse. They have no legal recourse at all in that particular case. Realising that, they have started a petition, which I may very well actually link here, for people to sign in support of having a change in the law in the Isle of Man to bring them up to the 2010 Equalities Act in the UK. And I wish them good luck with that. I saw a comment on one of the news websites that was running this story, and it was the usual rubbish about, well, it's a person's private home and they should be allowed to discriminate. Wrong. Wrong. I live in my own house. Well, I rent it from the council, but still, I am the tenant. I have the right to allow someone to stay over. I also have the right for them not to stay over. That is my right. I am not charging rent. But if I am running a business, renting out a property, or renting out a room in a B&B or a hotel, then I do not have the right to discriminate at all. I certainly have the right to discriminate if the person will wreck the flat or room, is being belligerent or violent or disruptive. Then I have landlord and rights as a B&B or hotel owner. But I cannot discriminate based on something that has nothing to do with the business. I'm sorry, it's that simple. If I rent out a room as a B&B or hotel owner, or if I'm renting a flat, then I cannot turn around and say, well, I'll rent to you, but I'm not going to rent to you because you're a minority. So turning around and not renting to someone because they're black or because they're Jewish is absurd, stupid, vile. I just can't get my head around it as to why people would do that. Moreover, they just can't seem to understand that when you open your doors as a business, that area that you have designated to be a business area is subject to the law of the land. It is no longer your private property where you can discriminate. And people need to understand this. Furthermore, I don't care what religion you are. It is no justification for prejudice and bigotry. It simply isn't. I've said it in another video, and I'm going to repeat it here. As far as I'm concerned, the only difference between racism and homophobia is the target. As far as I'm concerned, it's the same inward mechanism that causes people to be prejudiced. The only difference is the target. So as far as I'm concerned, a homophobe or a racist, same thing. I know that homophobes out there desperately try and say, oh no, we're not like them, we're not bigoted. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are bigoted. As simple as that. You can dislike it all you like, but you are bigots. There is nothing wrong with being gay. There's plenty wrong in being homophobic. And after seeing that nut job from America talking about, you know, that preacher whose name I don't want to recall, spewing his bile and saying that you should actually assault your children if you think not only if you think that they are gay, if your son is acting a little effeminate, or in your eyes is doing girly things, or if your daughter is being a bit of a tomboy, you should violently assault them. This is nuts. I mean, quite frankly, not only should this guy have, you know, if he has young children in his house, they should be taken from him. He should be, you know, he was inciting people to assault their children. That's child abuse. He's inciting abuse. As far as I'm concerned, the fact that he was doing it from the pulpit should give him no immunity. None. I simply do not accept, agree with, will not countenance violent assault on children. And to do it for the most absurd reason just makes it all the more obnoxious. So there you go. Good news, bad news, and a rant. Not bad for a few minutes of their time. So, to the people of Minnesota, well done. To the people in the Isle of Man, extend the Equalities Act there. And, you know, I think that the person who was renting out this property, who turned this lesbian couple down, should publicly apologise for his stupidity and offer that home at a reduced rent. And as I say, I just don't get homophobia. I mean, I see no difference between my relationship with my girlfriend and my friend's relationship with her girlfriend, other than our individual personalities, not our gender, but our individual personalities make it different, which means every couple is different from every other couple in the world. So there you go, that's my thoughts.